Yo. It's time for the salty run back. I want my salty run back, damn it. My salt. My salt. Damn. No one in chat. How painful. Hmm. Yes. And I'm not playing. I mean, I'm playing, but I'm not playing. I also literally just woke up, so the game already has an advantage over me. Oh boy. Mm-hmm. Evil as hell afternoon, man. Okay. We're not even waiting. Well, I'm not here to do the cutscenes, this or that, yada yada. Where are my gloves? It's gonna probably just be us two. I didn't feel like spreading the word out today. I'm focused. Oh, I forgot. This is playing the Japanese version. My goal is to simply not suck and have what happened to me happen 2 weeks ago. Or last week. Or whenever. Because that was unacceptable. I was done nasty. Got off to the best start. Wow. Okay, hitbox. There we go. Jeez. Ah, there it is. Take the axe. Oh, I'll take the cross. Alright. We already got our setup for the game. Billy skeletons. They'll never stop fighting. Know this, you know what's happening. Okay. I'm looking at chat. A long yes, like black and white Megatron, you know, as a treat. Yes! Wait, did I say that right? No, I sounded more like M. Bison. I can't do that Megatron voice. Especially if it's G1. No, I can't. I'm not gonna even try. Perfect. Perfect. Ah. How rude. It would be a real shame. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Uh-oh. Uh-huh. Hey, 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 calm down now, bucko. See? The werewolf spaz. Now where the hell did it go? This is it. Just, yeah. Whooping skeletons. Getting crystals. Oh, thanks. it'll just hit me, and then I'll fall off the ledge, and then I'll just rage quit, and then I'll go woo-doo. As you can see, I'm doing the art of going slowly this time. I was just chilling there, just running around. Done. Good. Now it's time to do this again. Uh. Dang it, it disappeared. Huh. I swear the skeletons are more difficult than... How did that hit me? Oh my god! The thing is moving! I never knew that! Shit is still moving! The thing is from the grave! That's stupid, but I love it. That's such a cool attention to detail. I could not make that up, even if I tried. I got hit by... Huh. Hey, thank you, Eric. What's up? You're helping us get to 600 subscribers. Because of you, we're now at 546. I appreciate it, man. I am skipping cutscenes because this is my salty run back. Whoa, Uriah is here as well. What's up? Everyone's just coming in. Everyone's coming in. Huh. Alright. I can speed run this part. I don't think anyone will disagree with that. I can speed run this. Oh, hell no. Nah, we're not doing this. Bro, I'm waiting until I have the right moment. Damn right. I waited. I'm not gonna let what happened last week happen again! So do I need to look away? Ooh. Oh, good. And it's the morning. What the heck? Oh, hey, 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 calm down, calm down. Hey, I'm not gonna die, I'm not gonna die, I refuse. Eh. Like I said, I ain't taking any risks. do everything right. Right. Hey. With that she good. Never. I took my risk. Oh no. Uh-uh. Ah, shit. Okay, okay, okay.
Miserable word. Upstart weakling. All who oppose the Dark Lord must die. Come, meet your doom.
Like, bro, what is your problem? Taking a bunch of hits. A lot of calcium, huh? And then, yeah. Yeah, yeah. All right. Ah. Ooh. Nah, can't do that. Whoo, whoo! They're shooting! Hey! Oh! Okay, I gotta go. I have a timeline to stick to. Moving along quite nicely. I always come back later. There we go, made it in time. Okay. Oh. Oh. Oh, wow. My goodness. The key. Yes. Check yourself. I know, favorite cutscene in the game? Don't have the time for it. Okay. Like having no patience, but yet at the same time still patient. Now this. God damn. They recover quick. Yo, shut up, caller. I hear his clanking. We're gonna do this. Pretty darn spiffy. Remember, the timer doesn't start for Vincent until after this level. Really. Give me a crystal. You know what? Just for the walls. So, how much percentage of the game am I at? I'm through 60, 40%? I think so. Ugh. Underground. Gotta be careful of this place. Though the Legacy of Darkness version has a spider lady that can one-shot you, and it did it to me twice in a row, and it could have done anything else, but it decided to do that. after that. Really? That's what was supposed to happen. Jeez. That was crazy. That's true. That's true. Oh. Whack. Just gotta... Easy. Because I realize you can still fall even if you're ducking, but you duck anyway just to have a smaller hitbox. It's weird. Have to deal with these dumbass spirits. Go and hunt someone else, dude. Hey, Oh god. Just because he's spazzing on the camera! You got it. As well. That's the one that zooms all the way out. That's a trick. He picked it up so slowly. He's like, let me take my time. See? Compared to that. Done. There we go. Now I know how to fight them in a more efficient manner. Okay. And got that. Wonderful. Okay. He just dissolved into nothing. Look at that. Look at it. Hey. Cool. See how much quicker it is now for me? There we go. No, I can't say I'm fond fighting vampires at night, especially 3 of them. And that's gonna be a challenge. Okay. Just gotta lock in. Least offensive. Twice? What the hell? Ooh, sweet mercy. Back up. You don't need to run like that. You are not her. Okay. Gotta pause real quick. Let's see. I will be right back. I need to use the bathroom. I am back. All right. I am rejuvenated. I am juved. No. Hello. Hello there. Hello there. Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything creative or anything like that. I'm just gonna go, but you know, the new place does have some cool things. Like, I just washed my shirts a couple days ago. Didn't see any damage on it. I'm so happy for that. So I don't have to like go to a laundromat. My old place, I actually had to throw away a lot of my clothes because it would leave this weird film and residue. I don't see that anymore. So I'm grateful for that. The simple stuff. That was 6 whip strikes. Jeez. Hey, not bad. That's pretty good. I know. My health do indeed be looking kind of low. I like it though. Shows I'm fighting the fight. I'm in the nitty-gritty. This room's interesting because it reflects the time of the day real well. Yeah. Hit. Oh. Hit. Perfect. See how much of a non-issue they are now? Okay, that's an issue. That's an issue. Done. What? I didn't know the cross was that strong. What the heck? I'm kind of confused. And in Legacy of Darkness, it's 5. Cheeky bastards. All right, this is good. This is good. We moving. Neon. Hutch. Yes. So this. It's time. Love tap, go. Huh. Love. Swan dive. I became purple. This is what I like to call one of the big hunas. One of the big challenges I have for right now. Which one? I didn't hear a yell over on there. Oh, Michael, would you guys be interested in my opinion on that? I've never really done something like that. Would you guys like genuinely be interested on my take on that for each version? Oh, Michael. Well, look at the comment above you. A top 10 boss ranking for Legacy of Darkness and Vanilla CV64. Let me focus on this. It's not a difficult jump by any means. Oh. Hello, nice to meet you. My take on it? Yeah. I'll do it. I didn't think that there would be a demand for it. But yeah, I'm down to do that. Of course, my take will be, for the most part, I would say for the 64 and Legacy variants. Oh, well, obviously I can't say that right now because I'm about to do Nitro. I can't talk like that right now. Go. I was moving a little too quick there. Ooh, okay. That's not the tough part. The tough part is this. I can't allow his hitbox to line up. And it was doing perfect. God damn it. It's the one part of the nitro I don't get. Oh, really? Well, Michael, I'll give you my opinion. I just gotta focus on the nitro. It's always the hitbox. It feels like it's 50-50 when I do it. So that's my first death, which I was worried the most on. Watch out for the armor knight here, because he will take a swing. Well, I mean, yeah, but Hollywood Video and Neighborhood and, you know, all that jazz. Like, someone had GoldenEye, someone else had Donkey Kong, I had Super Smash Brothers, which was the favorite. Then there was Mario Party, that caused fights. And crying, a lot of crying. Holy shit, the betrayal. That shit was vile. Who at Nintendo thought that was smart? Alright, I'm just gonna chill. Oh my god, that's all I needed to do. Alright, so I just can't hang at the ledge. I just went too soon. But yeah, let's see. Now that that part's done, I can talk about it. No, it's not walking. It's not just having to walk. It's about spacing and knowing when to cling to the wall. Don't cling onto it too early and then go left. Just keep right just a little bit, and that way it opens more, because what I'm assuming is the hit collision is probably thinking you're too close together in between the two objects, so it just, you know, it violently reacts, which ends up in a game over. But we are heading to one of my favorite bosses. Behemoth is probably up there for me. Probably top 3, maybe top 4. The reason is because now it's Rondo of Blood, but in a boss battle. But yeah, but let's go at the bottom. Who is amongst the bottom? Probably the White Dragon. Really don't like it. I think it's just a boring boss fight. It's a badly designed one. For carry, you can just snipe. For Reinhardt, you have to just use all your sub weapons because going straight up against it isn't the most advised. And you take a lot of damage. So it's just a lot of hit and take, hit and take. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of skill involved fighting against it. I feel like it like in how it actually looks and how it actually functions for me. It feels good on paper, but just fighting against it just didn't work. Somehow, someway, I think Lament of Innocence and Curse of Darkness did that on the wall enemy kind of better. But yeah, White Dragon, definitely number 10. Number 9... Oh, wait. Let me put White Dragon at number 8. Number 10 is the stupid spider from Legacy of Darkness in Reinhardt's route, because that thing can insta-kill you, and it did it to me twice the last time I streamed this week on Tuesday, and that really pissed me off because I never knew it could do that. It did it twice to me in a row, and it wasn't stopping, and then it had a pattern where it was doing nothing but that. It didn't shoot out its spiders, it didn't do its poison, it just did insta-kill. So, automatically because of that, it's my least favorite. Plus, in the Legacy of Darkness version, if you defeat Behemoth quick enough, you can get extra meat. I have done it before. I would say the key is carry and holy water. Level 3 holy water can destroy Behemoth, I believe, in a couple of seconds. How many bosses are there? Also, it is just a spider chick, you know? I mean, let's get some of that Uma Musume in there. Huh. Really? It really did that to me. It really gouged me. Alright then. Because it's hard to think of a top 10 off the top of your head. Let's see. There we go. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I'm doing this without any power-ups. gouged me again! You see, that's a lot of variables. Now we're adding Vincent. I mean, there's Renan. Oh, don't... How did that even touch me? Ay, caramba. See, this is usually what happens with the level 1 whip. But if you have the fully powered whip, you can just make him go plink. It's quite funny. Here, it's just suffering. But yeah. Whew. Let's see. Okay, let's see. So I have White Dragon at the bottom, because I do like its design in theory. God dang it. Hey, that's exactly what I needed. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's see, number 9. See, you know what? You can give me opinions or throw out some names. Let's see. Okay. Minotaur? Minotaur? There's no Minotaur. Is there? Oh! The Minotaur in the combat tower! Oh, wow, I didn't know that was a Minotaur. It makes sense because it rushes at you. But isn't it supposed to be like the Were Minotaur? Or something? Okay. And then you got the big-ass Were Tiger. Oh, okay. I could go through that list. So, Actrice. I think she's interesting. She's really colorful for her crystals. But where would I rank her? She's not a top 5 for me. Probably at the lower end. Rose doesn't impress me all that much either, because it's just... it's this. There we go, that's Rose. I mean, Rose looks cute, that's about it. But as an actual boss fight, she doesn't engage me. Now, Sypha, or the Fernandez, that's a good boss fight. I do have to actively think about that. Because I am jumping and moving. So Camila Fernandez, I'd probably put somewhere mid-tier. I don't know, maybe 6, I don't know. But she's definitely up there. I enjoyed her boss fight. You gotta list the exclusives from Legacy of Darkness as well. Because if I go Castlevania 64, I'm choosing Dracula Final Form. No, honestly, I think Behemoth is my number 1. I just love how mechanically it works. I think so. I know it's definitely up there. Gilderai Dracula, definitely number 2, because I love the setting and how it feels. Out of all the 3D Castlevanias, that's the one that feels most Dracula battle to me, and it's not even Dracula. Like, that's crazy to do. So I definitely know those two are definitely up there. So Behemoth and the fake Dracula. Real Dracula battle actually kind of, I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. The final boss battle is pretty good, so that's on the upper level. I think Actress is again better than the death. The death fight, if you have the axe, is really easy. I'd actually say one of the worst deaths, if that makes sense. Let's see, Giant Skeleton. You know what? I'm going to give props to Giant Skeleton. It's not a hard fight, but the theme and Skeleton Motorcycles puts him up there. So I'm going to give love to Skeleton Motorcycle. I'd probably give him 4th place. Renan, well, let's see, let's go. Like I said, Gilderai, he's probably my 2nd favorite. Or maybe it's really between him and Minotaur, I think, for top spot, because that early they got the concept of Dracula fight correct. That's pretty much why I'm going to give it to him. Minotaur, I'm assuming it's the Minotaur in the battle tower. Obviously, I didn't even know that was a Minotaur, so he's on the lower end. I don't even think he's in the top 10. Whatever, I didn't know. Renan, since he's a reskin of Death, and because you need a prerequisite to unlock to fight him, he's not really all that much. But it is, I mean, it is kind of cool, because I think it's also the first time in the series where hell is really explicitly mentioned with him. Like, it's really, like, really transparent. So yeah, there we go. But yeah, but he's still ultimately just a reskin. Let's see. I already told you Rosa, she just looks pretty. That's about it. Werepanther, meh. All lower ends, Were Tiger, meh. Werewolf, I really hate. And White Dragon, I guess you can say, yeah, like I said, he's on the lower end. But design-wise, it's like they had it right, but the combat aspect they didn't have. That's about it. Uh-huh. Yeah, I grew up with LOD as well. It's kind of rare. I think this is the first conversation I'm having with someone, I think Kevlar he has it, but I'm not sure if he owned it since release. My brother had the original. He bought it around release. My copy I bought when I was much older. Haha, not this time, pricks. I remember from last time, that thing can kill you. It can squish you. Though I can't say I thought it would have taken much longer. I didn't realize that once you leave, it pretty much just goes down instantly. Uh-huh. Ooh. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Alright, next is the werewolf. Axe. So as you can see, I don't like the werewolf very much. I like the werepanther much better. If Strider is still here, I'm not going back and saving, bro. I'm not hitting the invisible wall again. I'm not doing it, dude. I'm not doing it. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm already throwing hands with him. Let me reposition. Done, no damage. Because that's just what I do when I can. Woo! Okay, wait 1 second. Okay. Ugh. Ah. Oh no! Alright. Whew. So, Michael, I'm playing on the modretro 64. I have it overclocked. If you might remember, the Tower of Execution plays very poorly. Since I'm playing overclock, I now can play this the way it was meant to be. As an actual level. Oh, there's barely any stutter. It's not noticeable. Sometimes the frame rate is so, like, it's moving so fast, it kind of makes them a little bit floaty. Like, it's, yeah, you know, like, I get what you mean, but it's like, it's so, like if I told people this is how it played back in the day, I'd find it, the only people who would believe me are people who never played the N64 back in the day. That was close. I should have just used a sub-weapon. Sit your butt down. Strider, if you're still here, it's not ruining me. Not this time. Now I can always just copy and remake a file. I don't care about getting the key. So no, I did not get the Tower of Execution key. There's no need for it. I'll get the axe. And there's a reason why I get the axe. Atlas. You know, I saw Glover, never played it. Ah, summon fish from hell. And of course, well, that's if you really, really need it. Nah, I don't think this game gets enough love like that. It's been so long since I did the bad route ending. I actually kind of forgot how you get it. Really? All what I would want is a mod for Legacy of Darkness where Reinhardt and Carrie can wear their Simon and Maria outfit. I don't like Reinhardt's normal outfit. It's boring to me. It's not that it's bad, it's just... I don't know. They got Cornell and Carrie right, and even Henry, but... I don't know. Really? Wow. Let's see. Wow, I wonder why this is giving me so much problems. There we go. Wow. What the heck? Why is this... Huh. I haven't had problems with this section ever. See, now it's, you see how it's now like normal? That was weird. Wow, game. That's the second time I died. through this whole game not suffering. Just the nitro, and for some reason it decided the camera need to be wonky this time. Weird. Here we go. Here we go. Riveting gameplay, everyone. Phew, it worked. It didn't take my jump. It did not. Get our one and only medical kit. Well, this would have been a reasonable boss fight if the camera didn't crap out on me at the end. That was really weird. Now I have to fight him without any whip power up. Ugh, what a hassle. Really? Like, that whole sequence never happened. Like, I can't even remember if there was a time where it just spazzed out like that. Damn it, I wanted to get those. Gotta run. You gotta know when to check. Oh, I remember. We got the bad ending. I'm trying to remember me and my brother. We got the bad ending years ago. You know? When I mean years ago, I literally mean like back in like 99. Because we didn't have a guide or anything, so we had to search for everything. And we were trying to find the secrets, and that's how we ended up fighting Vincent. I'm trying to see if he'll drop weapons for me. See, he dropped meat. So that's one way you can kind of get at Dracula. Okay, so hit detection isn't working. Like, okay, that's weird. And this is why I'm like, oh. Because now that he doesn't have the powered up. Yeah, this is not. Wow, I'm kind of like frustrated that the game did that. Because I'm kind of like easy pickings here without. And when you do enough damage, he will stagger. Like, he staggers. There we go, finally. Now we got now we got something to work with. There we go. Hope you're enjoying it because I'm about to kick his butt. Oh boy. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Cool. I thought that was gonna kill me. See, I'm at 2 level health, actually. There. Castlevania 64. Done. Lives lost. Game's over. Twice. It would have been one game over if the camera just didn't act weird at the end. Ain't that something? And it's not just this game. The whole generation does that. Talking about getting rid of the whole generation. Yes, yes, you do. And the only way you can get passed by that is with the axe. I don't think the cross works. Because you have to lob it. Yep. Not like you're using the cross on hard mode anyway. That's such a rare drop. It's a rare drop. They take the placement away. No, this is the best ending. The bad ending, so how the bad ending works is, one, you fight Vincent. He automatically gives you the bad day because if he's not there to burn the child, you can't get the good ending. And that's a wild sentence. That's a wild thing I just said right now. but that's what he does. He holy waters. It's like, whoa. Kind of funny to me. Because then Mouse is like, ah, don't it. Like, how dare you? Nah, you fight Rosa because she's a normal boss fight. Like, the only prerequisite for the bad ending is not getting there on time. That's it. Afterwards, you just fight fake Dracula, and then the game ends. Well, I mean, there is an ending. No. It doesn't, like, she herself doesn't turn. Everything plays normally out. It's just Vincent. He's the only difference. If you want, technically you can do the bad ending and fight every boss except Final Dracula. Yeah. Yes. And they try to make the bad ending very triumphant. Reinhardt's like, I'm gonna go and train this boy, and he will become a warrior like me. And then, you know, Carrie's ending is wild because Malice starts hitting on Carrie. He's like, so you want to get married? You want to get hitched? And then Carrie's like, what? And she's like, huh, I guess I will marry you. And then he's like, so it's a deal, then. And I'm like, oh no, Carrie, you fell for it. Darn it, girl. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I think I really do think they should try to do the animation version of the 64 games, because there's 5 different characters that you can do an interpretation from, because instead of doing the good ending, you can do like a mixture where Vincent and everyone else lives, but you could have Malice, I guess, be that century Selma Cruz, or not. I don't know. What you guys think? The only difference is that when Malice does that, he's already aware, like Dracula's awakened in him, so Dracula's just playing around. So it's kind of weird. Yeah, Michael's right. What's weird is that Dracula in this game is not biblically accurate. Biblically, it's actually Gilderoy who's actually biblically accurate. And that's an actual twist for Castlevania. That's an actual twist. Dracula is all anime, but his servant actually is the description of how he is in the book. Not only that, vampires do crawl on the wall, which also is in the novel. I have it. I mean, I think in the first couple of chapters, Dracula crawls on the wall outside. Yeah, ditto. I guess. Oh, okay, good. So I don't have to get the crystals anymore. You just get them once. Yeah, 100% this game. Oh, well, it's kind of weird because originally I think it was supposed to be part of the main timeline. Like, Reinhardt was Reinhardt Belmont before it was just changed to Reinhardt Schneider. I think Cornell's full name was Cornell Schneider. I watched some videos and it's just, when you delve into the history of this game, it's actually kind of crazy. Do I have any other games I want to try? For right now, no, because it's getting close to 9 o'clock, so I'm probably just gonna concentrate on getting ready for work, honestly. I have a couple of minutes, I have no problem talking to you guys, but for the most part, I think once, you know, in a couple minutes, I am just gonna get ready for work. I mean, I completely disagree with AVGN. The 64 games do have some of the best versions of Castlevania themes. I do think that the battle theme to Rondo of Blood is better in the 64 games than Rondo. I do think the Sinking Old Sanctuary is better in Castlevania 64 than Bloodlines. And I also believe Illusionary... This is the definitive version of Illusionary Dance or Illusionary Battle. This is better than Rondos and Symphonies and Arias. I don't think that's a hot take. Oh, he's talking about the. Most likely he's talking about the Castlevania collections. They're on all systems, by the way. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't understand why they did that. That is a weird thing. Perfect. Now we can talk normally. uh, yeah, I don't know, guys. Ooh, the bubbles. Saratoga sparkling carbonated spring water. It's really good. It's you mean the 2.5D? You know, it's 3D, but it's not 3D. Woohoo! Dang. Ooh. Let me take this headphone off. Oh, sweet mercy. Mm. Honestly, this one was a whole lot better. Yes, and I'm going to be streaming Belmont's Curse. So, okay, all right. So let me tell you something a little bit about me. I am not. How can I be nice about this without coming off as rude? I don't default like a lot of people to Symphony of the Night. I do not. One, I do not think it's the best game in the series. Two, I think that despite it being good, I do have physical copies as well as Dracula X Chronicles and the PS3 Digital and Requiem. So I have four different versions of Symphony. That despite all the accolades and all the, uh, I don't know, energy behind it, I believe that Aria of Sorrow, to me at least, is a better game, a better Metroidvania. And I do think, Rondo and Super did things better than it. When I take a look at Symphony, there's some things that you can see that are very unpolished. And I don't think it's, as an experience, I think it's great. But there are things about it that I don't think get talked about enough or get overlooked, right? And it gets all the accolades while the rest of the series kind of gets treated in the dust, especially the classic titles, and I don't agree about that. Symphony might have helped make the moniker of Metroidvania, but the original Castlevania made the genre of the action game, and you don't hear people saying things like that. So that's me. That's just me. So I have a feeling that people are going to compare the new game to Symphony and not like it because it doesn't play like Symphony. Go play the new Bloodstain instead. I have a feeling some people are going to say that because there's already worries on the internet or so that this doesn't look or feel like a Castlevania. First off, what the heck? Like, what does that mean? You have different. Okay, I'm gonna go on a tangent. You asked me. Let me go off real quick, because what is a Castlevania, right? It's not just Iga. It's just not Yane. It's not just Kojima. You've had different teams for 40 plus years. You had, Konami Computer Entertainment Kobe, which we're playing. You had Mercury Steam, they brought their vision. You had Hitoshi Akamatsu, he's the original creator. He had that vision. If anything, Castlevania is his vision because he created the dang thing, right? Those were the NES games. And then you had, you know, the people who worked on Rondo, or, the team that worked on Bloodlines, things like that. Like, there's so many different ideas, there's so many different art styles, there's a lot of different interpretations of the series. It just so happens to be that Symphony is, again, and I think it works towards the detriment of the series going forward as it needs actual growth. Now, I played, most of the games, with the exception of like Bloodlines. I played all the games because I have all the games, minus something like Kid Dracula on the Game Boy and the arcade and Vampire Killer, right? But when you look at everything, it's like there's this series that's so vast, yet only one thing gets focused on, and that's really weird to me. I they I don't think it will be like Dead Cells, because already looking at it, it doesn't feel like Dead Cells. One, the style is different for the most part, gameplay wise. It's not pixelated, right? But I feel like we'll have to play it. But my initial feelings, and I made a video on it, but like looking back on it now, I still feel like this is their vision, this is their interpretation of Castlevania. They're going to interpret certain mechanics for a 2026 version, right? They mentioned Symphony, but they also mentioned Dracula's Curse. They also mentioned Super Castlevania 4, right? You see the whip swinging. That's not in Dead Cells. They clearly have a card system. I'm thinking, oh, that's cool. I don't know why they didn't give the flowers to Circle of the Moon, but, there's things like that. And then there's the magic. And I feel like what this game is an attempt at bringing back the IP, but it needing to bring new blood into it. The problem is so you say they're going to compare to Dead Cells, right? Well, why not compare Symphony to Metroid or Zelda, because Zelda was an influence? Why not have those issues there if those kind of issues will come up? I think what it needs to be is a tight action game with its own identity, which I think it will bring, and that's just my belief on it. I feel that it will bring a new style, but some things will be still familiar. From my understanding, you could still use the whip, if sub weapons are still there. Like, the series needs to have that permission to still evolve, I think. But I do understand the argument of, is it still Castlevania? But when I hear, is it still Castlevania, the first thing that almost always comes to my mind is it like Symphony of the Night? Does that make sense? Not if Castlevania, if Belmont's Curse is like the older titles, or like most games in the series, but specifically that, because a lot of I don't know, I just when I hear, and read stuff, it always comes down to that. And I think that the series is much more than just one game, but that's just me. No, people have talked about the art style, so you can't tell me it's not about the art style either. There are videos that talk about that. Like I said, there's just a bunch of people talking about other stuff, but some of the videos I watched even said something like the art style or the colors and how it's like one solid color. And I'm like, that's a weird take. That's a weird take. It's definitely artistic, but people will have their opinions. I think here's another thing that I kind of like about it. It has a little bit of the anime aesthetic, but it's still kind of Western. I like the anime on Netflix. I have my own problems like anyone else. But seeing as how it does better in the West than in Japan, why not just go full throttle with it, It I feel, or what I'm thinking is, just do it, you know? I don't know how Castlevania can appease also to, and I know this is kind of switching subject, but Castlevania has always done better in the West. It hasn't sold well in the East since like the Super Famicom. That was like the last time the game. No, no, wait, because we got the nine. I have the. I've seen the numbers before. Yeah, I would say around Super Famicom, maybe Symphony. Symphony did sell well despite what other videos tell you. It did catch them word of mouth, but yeah. But there's it's just it's kind of like it's weird because it's kind of like how I see other videos about worrying about Onimusha. You know what I mean? Like people are say so many other things that kind of scratch your head. You know what I mean? You're right. So it's like that's I can only say what I've heard, and I know I'll probably paraphrase it horribly because I still try to understand it, but that's what I heard. Well, I mean, is that their own internal art studio? I mean, if that's the case, I don't think there's much that can be done unless think of it. Let's say this. Remember the what was it? Was it 2008? No, it wasn't 2018. Was it 2017? Remember the Strider game that came out years ago? That was a Metroidvania. It had an American development team to do the gameplay, but it had Japanese artists to do the, you know, character concept art and, designs for the enemies as well as the environments. And it was kind of a fusion of East and West, like Eastern art design and Western game design capabilities. And I thought it turned out pretty okay. I think if they did something like that, it would be okay. Music is completely, I think, okay, safe because all the remixes in Dead Cells was spot on. Yeah, I think they chose that art style too because they'll be like, ooh, that looks similar to the anime. And people who watch the anime, you see, ultimately at the end of the day, excuse me, Konami needs to bring in new fans. That's really what destroyed Castlevania. They need to bring new fans and keep those new fans. I am not worried about the pre-existing fan on that level. Like, let's be real. I know it. Other existing fans know it. You can't have a series not thrive if there's no new fans to bring in. A perfect example is Super Sentai. That wasn't, they were losing money. They weren't getting any new fans. You know, they had to rely on Power Rangers for their real main revenue. And once that dried up, the Sentai can't survive. Japanese has a dwindling population. You know, kids aren't watching that, and teenagers and adults are watching Kamen Rider because of dwindling fan base and not, you know, getting new fans, especially enough. You know, they had to can the series. Same thing with Castlevania. It's just they need to draw in new blood, and this is their opportunity. And then the and that's only, they haven't even announced the rest of the 40th. What else is happening? If Belmont's Curse is the first, because in the presentation, in that early PlayStation presentation, they did mention that more things were on the way. I I'm thinking 3D collection, new season of the anime. I'm praying for some Nendroids. Oh gosh, do I want a Maria Nendroid to go with my Richter? Eh, and maybe a remake of an earlier game. Who knows? No one knows. But hey, I mean, at least it's better than the NFTs for the 35th anniversary, right? Jeez, that was something. Well, I would like those, but it's gonna have to be the anime version. So it's still in continuity with Richter. Like they had, like they made, and they haven't done a reprint of Alucard. Alucard's expensive. He's like $400 or $500 on the aftermarket, on the secondhand market. And they have a pin of Trevor, but they never made an actual physical mold of Trevor, which is stupid to me. And they didn't do Sypha either. Like there are people that will buy them. I'm excited to see what's ahead, but you know, if it's anything I learned from buying Mega Man games during the GBA and DS era, it's that people do have to put their money where their mouth is. If they're like, oh, we miss Castlevania, this and that, and it comes back and they don't do anything, then they're a damn hypocrite. Simple as that. I don't care if I'm being nice or not. They're a hypocrite. And if they don't support it, then I'm gonna say the series needs to go to sleep again because they failed not to be there to support it when they needed it, when it needed them, after years of them crying. And there's always stragglers like that. So people better put their money where their mouth is and be there on day one. I'm buying the special edition. I'm pre-ordering it. I'm getting the Alucard skin as well as the Trevor not skin, the Alucard outfit, Trevor and Sypha outfit, and I'm playing it on day one, you know? Though she's much sassier in the anime. I think my tangent is done. I think I'm done raging. That was me needing to rage because it's just I don't know, man. I feel like Castlevania gets such a double standard. It's just Symphony of the Night and then everything else. And you know, you can tell the difference between someone who's like a deep fan versus like I don't know, a casual. Not I don't even want to say a casual. You know, like someone says they're a Final Fantasy fan, but the only one they played is Final Fantasy VII or Zelda, and they say only like Breath of the Wild or back way back when it was like only Ocarina of Time. You know, like I don't know what you call those because they're not tourists, but they only like that one game and don't want to try the others. Fire Emblem has a problem like that where they only care. Some people only cared about the newer games and didn't even try to acknowledge or care about the older ones. I remember talking to this one chick. She looked like a damn Cabbage Patch Kid. She was rude. She had an attitude. This was when I lived abroad, and we were foreign exchange students and stuff, right? She said she didn't like to play Fire Emblem Echoes because it's too old, but I'm like, it was remade. How can you how can your mindset be like that for something that was specifically tailored to bring something like that to the modern day and your first thing is, oh, it's old. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'm overthinking it, but I just always found that to be a weird uh, mental train of thought. Okay. No, it's weird because it's like you can have people that like symphony, right? But also can explain why they like it or, you know, the problems it has and say it's my favorite game in the series, but I also like, you know, Portrait or Ruin and I like even, you know, the original or you know, something crazy like Curse of Darkness. Like they can have that as their favorite, but then list others that they enjoy. But I feel like there's so many that just it's just one game. And to me that's boring. Like it's a 40-year catalog with dozens of games. I don't know how you can just be okay with just one game in the series and be like, I'm good. I don't know. I don't even know what's going on with Mortal Kombat. What's going on with Mortal Kombat? Uh, let's see. For those that are still here, if you haven't, I also have a Discord. Please check it out. Like, Michael, if you're still here, we could always have, you know, someone new. It's mostly just us nerding out. I'm trying to make a good community. Basically, like, why not? It's usually these wacky characters, these wacky guys. Stretch, 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 stretch. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, but yeah, I'm okay with this salty run back. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. Modern gaming, I don't care about because it's such a load of malarkey. Like a lot of it, like how do I even begin? A lot of the problems that people are having, I don't have because I don't focus on that. If that, like I don't worry about Switch 2 and their game cards and it, being to read games or not read games because I don't own one, because I don't want one, because I don't need one exactly yet. Ugh, I don't even want to say that. Or but like the big one is like Sony not doing the physical media. I do have a problem with that. That I think shouldn't happen at all. But with these subpar AAA games or games not being complete upon release, bad season passes, bad, extra things that they want you to buy. I never mind it. I'm not saying I don't mind. How do I never care for it because I never go into that realm because I don't give them my money. I don't give them my support. Because if it's poor, I can always look elsewhere. I can look into the retro community. I have an HD FGPA system that plays my games that I know are to the best of my ability as close to completion as possible and playable, and that is what does it for me. You know? That is what gives me satisfaction, that I know the products that I'm buying are good compared to people who are, buying subpar products. Is the M64 perfect? For me and my needs, it gets the job done. I'm not going to act like I'm some super technical individual that knows the ins and outs, with these kind of systems, like with the analog 3D. I don't. But I'm able to play Castlevania 64, talk to you guys, and enjoy the moment. That is my satisfaction. You know what I mean? Yeah, and they say the crash is coming. I think the crash will be different than the one that happened in the 80s. I think what the crash will affect are major companies. I think specifically Sony and Microsoft. I think Nintendo will be able to make it out because despite all the problems that Nintendo makes, they still maintain their quality, you know? Like there's still gravitas to them and importance. No, the crash hasn't collapsed yet. No. It's still going on. I'm talking that when it really hits, like when everyone like it needs to be definitive and it needs to be similar to what happened in what 83, 84. It needs to have that effect. Like there needs like something so big that analysts, casuals, hardcore companies, everyone's kind of taking a step back, right? Something like the bubble popped, right? But the thing is, I feel like when it does fully take its course, I feel like indie games and Nintendo will be the ones to walk out of it almost okay, while most Western companies won't. It's just with how with how you hear things and how the West handles things compared to the East, it's kind of night and day. Capcom's on a generational run. Konami is really coming back with their franchises and they're making their profit. And in turn, we as fans are getting our long overdue desserts. Nintendo is still draconian, but they, who would have thought they're the least offensive of the big three? You know? It's just, it's a lot to take in when you start thinking about it, but some things do like the building blocks that go into the thoughts of what's happening. So, it starts to make sense. Well, I'm not necessarily just thinking consoles. But yeah, I mean, consoles really, they're not. eh, I can't say they're viable. The traditional console we know is long and gone. We know that much. Traditional consoles are the way of the dinosaur. But now it's to think about the companies and how they move forward. Yeah, we have to speak with our wallets. So basically what I did was I refused to get the Switch 2 and I bought my Steam Deck and I don't regret it. Yeah, but some people don't understand that concept. Some people are still okay with these high getting, higher prices. People are okay with less than stellar products, and people are okay with basically mediocre service. Well, and the weird thing is, this was predicted. I have to find the video, but Lord rest his soul. I remember there was a video with Iwata talking about this kind of stuff. Maybe not in as well as detail, but he definitely talked about the importance of providing experience in hardware. Man, I wish I remember what interview that was, but he knew what was up. I think he saw how others were doing, and if they continued that road, that it would lead down to this. So he was what 20 years ahead of the game mentally. Like he knew what was up. Damn. I feel like we should have Zatsudans. where it's like 3 or 5 or 6 of us and we're just talking. Like we're just talking. That's it. Just throwing stuff at the wall. I wonder if we should do that. Huh. Well, share me the video when you can, because right now I do have to go. I do have to get ready. Not that far off from you, man. Not that far off from you. Yeah, and like I said, Michael, we're always looking for a new, bright, positive, attitude for the Discord. I sent the link. Hopefully you can join. But yeah, man, yeah, we're literally in the same bracket. But yeah, till next time, man. Till next time for everyone. I enjoyed the talk. I enjoyed getting back at this game. It didn't screw me RNG wise until the very end. And yeah, maybe I'll do a Zatsudan. But till next time, peace out. And good night and Oyasumi Nasai. See you later, everyone. Bye bye.